Go. Live. Hope you saw the recipe earlier. Do you have your recipe?
I have my recipe. I'm all ready to go. Gonna wait for a few more people to come and say hi. So whenever you get on, make sure you say hi, your name and hi, so we know who's here.
Actually, I think the way it goes is, I think we're waiting for anybody to get on.
Somebody, anybody.
Or we'll just end up with delicious cookies and you guys can just watch the video later. Either way, we're fine. Maybe I'll get on. That way there'll at least be one person. It's not even showing. Why does it say it's live? Yay!
Oh, someone's here.
Somebody's watching.
Yay!
I can't find it on my phone to follow my own wife's live video. That seems odd. Clicking on her account.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, I found it. Watching. It looks like we have 7 people watching. Now wait.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Okay, first thing we're going to do is wash our hands, of course. We're going to go wash our hands first. Okay, so everybody go wash your hands.
You're washing your hands, right? I'm going to go clean up too. Wash your hands.
Is that how you can make cookies?
Now ready to make cookies in the coronavirus environment. If you don't have these, you can also just wash your hands in the sink. Or you can do this. You want to tell what I said?
If you don't want to dress like that, you can go wash your hands. I think is basically what he said. Okay, so what you're going to need. Here are the list of ingredients, and Phil's going to post the recipe. Oh, he's not going to post the recipe.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh. Well, maybe he'll figure it out. Maybe he won't. But we need margarine or butter. I just use margarine. Sugar, brown sugar. A package of vanilla pudding, not mixed already, just the package, just the plain. 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, some flour, baking soda, and a package of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So if you can go get those, I will go get my ingredients and meet you back here. Also, while you're doing that, turn on your oven to 375. So we'll be all ready to go when it's time. So Phil's going to show you the recipe here.
Margarine, sugar, brown sugar, instant vanilla pudding. Don't make the pudding first. Eggs, vanilla, flour, baking soda, and all of the chocolate chips in the world. If you haven't already, be sure to wash your hands twice. If you haven't already, preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Also, by the way, she had the ingredients out, so she's cheating.
I'm cheating, so I already had them ready to go. So I'll walk very slowly so you can get your ingredients.
So, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If I went to the bathroom recently, do I still have to wash my hands?
Yes, please.
What if, just for instance, I didn't get any on my hands. Do I still have to wash my hands?
Yes, please.
What if I,
Now you
Touch
gotta wash
my
your hands
face.
again.
what if I'm not gonna share the cookies with anybody? Do I still have to wash my hands?
Well, that's up to you, but I would if I were you.
Okay, I'll wash my hands again.
Okay, what's happening? Something's happening on there. Okay, you also need some measuring cups, some measuring spoons. I use an air bake sheet. You don't have to use an air bake sheet. You can just use a regular baking sheet, whatever you want to use, but that's what I use. I use a cooling rack. That's up to you, whatever you want to do. And then I use the little ice cream scoop. It's my cookie spoon. That's what I call it. So, yeah, that's up to you what you want to use. We'll talk about later different options you can use. So, okay, should we get started? Okay.
I did show you the recipe in the camera so you can see it earlier in the video. Melinda also posted it to her Facebook page earlier today. So if you need a review of the recipe, you can do that. I'll switch sides.
I did post it.
You did?
I didn't post it.
She didn't post it. We'll post it later. Maybe in the comments. I don't know. Or you can Facebook message us later when we're done being live in front of this wonderful audience. Thank you to all 14 of you.
Oh, 14 people, yay! Okay, we're just adding our margarine, 2 sticks of margarine, which equals 1 cup. Okay, so we're adding 1 cup. We have a problem.
What's that?
Teddy keeps barking.
Oh yeah, our dog wants to come in and say hi because he hears us talking. Do you want to let him in?
I can let him in. Do you want to open up this is my vanilla pudding. So if Phil's gonna open that up and put it in the mixer.
It's a pretty exclusive brand. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Great Value brand. It's sold at this exclusive retail store called, what's it called?
Wally World? Walmart?
Walmart.
So when you open it, make sure you don't get it everywhere because it kind of makes a mess. And for my margarine, I use Imperial. Imperial? Is that how you say it? That's what I use. Okay, add the whole thing of
Brown sugar, all of it.
of pudding. Okay, now we're gonna get out our 1 cup measuring cup and we're gonna fill it 3/4 of the way full. We're gonna pack it. We're not gonna pack it super duper tight, but pretty tight.
If you're bad with fractions, you can take the 1/4 cup and do it 3 times.
Could you wrap that back up for me? Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and add that
By the way, she's a noisy cook,
in.
so
yeah,
every
sorry.
ingredient added involves a lot of clanging and banging.
Okay, I have this thing about eggs.
What's
do
your
not-
thing about eggs?
I don't add them directly to my dough
And why is that?
because I hate eggshells in anything.
Every time I make eggs, I make breakfast usually. Every time I make eggs, somehow she gets eggshells and I don't. And I have no idea why. I'm starting to think she's making it up. I could be wrong. I'm going to put this away because I know where it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna add 1 egg and we're gonna go ahead and turn this on slowly. Don't turn it on really fast. Just real slow. Get it going. And then we'll add our next egg. So once the first egg is incorporated, we're gonna add the second.
Incorporated.
New word for the day.
See, it's educational for me too.
Okay, we're gonna turn it off, not turn it up.
By the way, we're cheating on our viewing numbers because I'm watching the video too, so. Oh, by the way, of the things allowed to go viral in the current situation in the world, this video is the only thing allowed to go viral, so.
Okay.
Not going to, but it's allowed.
Okay, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Teaspoon. Oh, that was my hand.
You are so busted.
When we go to Mexico to visit my brother who's a missionary down there, we get real Mexican vanilla.
That's
Now,
not.
This
I know.
is imitation. It's not real. It works okay, but not as good as real Mexican vanilla.
Now we're just gonna incorporate it all. Oops, I'm backwards, so I turned it up higher. I'm using it on the other side.
Usually she faces the mixer.
Okay, so one thing I failed to tell you about is the butter. I left it out for just like 10, 15 minutes, just so you can work with it a little easier. You still want it to be cold, but if
And
it's,
what happens if you don't?
well, I don't think,
Chaos! Chaos happens! Absolute mayhem!
just don't think it'd work very well. So, like melted butter would be like,
Splashy. And completely unmelted, it'll like flip all the flour out of the bowl.
okay, now we're going to lower our mixer again. By the way, if you're a Struska, you probably have this mixer. So, yeah, you should know how to use it. If not,
KitchenAid.
you know what I forgot to do?
What?
I forgot to add in sugar. So, when you're adding your pudding, you should have added your sugar.
Doesn't matter. It all goes to the same place, right?
Okay, so let's incorporate that and get rid of that. Okay, so add that. Make it for start. Okay, let's make sure that gets incorporated.
Popped into my elbow, like they say to, right?
Okay, now we'll get rid of the sugar so I don't add it twice. Okay, now lower it like I said. Oh, guys,
You said get rid of it.
maybe not that way. Okay. Okay, 2 1/4 cup of flour. I need a little bit extra because I'm high in altitude. So I'm going to fill mine a little higher than probably what you should do. You could level yours off with this knife or something if you want to, but I need the extra flour.
In case you're wondering, we live at 7,340 feet altitude. And so she has to adjust all the recipes for altitude, otherwise they end up, what do they end up, flat?
Yeah, they just don't look right. Okay, now we have our baking soda. Oh,
Soda.
sorry, that was a real
If
big.
you're from Northern Iowa, it's baking soda, don't you know? Or Minnesota.
Okay, now I'm going to just sprinkle it over my flour. Just a little bit.
It's the fairy dust that makes
Fairy
cooking
dust.
magic.
Okay.
You want me to throw this away too?
No, don't throw it away. You can place it over to the side. How about? Now, Phil doesn't like adding salt to these, but if you wanted to add salt, you could add just a little pinch of salt. So,
It makes them taste store-bought.
could you open that for me without spilling it everywhere? Oh, that's scary. Okay, that works though. Okay, we're gonna pour our chocolate chips, no, an entire bag, okay?
Like, what size is the bag?
12 ounces. 12 ounces of chocolate chip cookies. Chips.
Chips.
You could use white chips. You could use butterscotch. I don't know. Along with the pudding, you could change the pudding up to be chocolate pudding.
You've done that before. She's done like chocolate chip cookies, where the pudding itself is chocolate too, so. Okay, well, that's mixing. Can I tell a story?
Yeah. Okay, wait. So what I do is when I turn it on, I leave it down, the mixer down, and kind of let it go for just a second, and then slowly lift it up so it incorporates. Okay, you can tell your story.
Crazy. Just. And then, so that's why I don't wear shorts around orangutans anymore.
That's it. Okay, we have our dough made. So, can you move that out of the way?
Is that it?
That's it. That's all.
Do you want to review the recipe again? Just
Okay.
in case somebody started watching.
Okay. So, if you're just starting to watch, make sure you wash your hands and turn your
You're just
oven
starting to
on.
watch. We said 7 o'clock like 4 times. Come on.
Wash your hands and turn your oven to 375. Okay, so the ingredients you need is 1 cup of margarine or butter. I use margarine. 1/4 cup of sugar. 3/4 cup of brown sugar. 1 3.9 ounce package of vanilla pudding. 2 eggs. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 2 1/4 cup of flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 1 12-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use even chocolate chips if you want, but that's what I use. Chocolate chunks, minis, I don't care, whatever you want to use. I just think that they taste best with the sweet, semi-sweet.
Cool.
Okay.
Are you sure it's mixed enough?
Yes. So Phil, could you, we're gonna take the paddle out if I can get it because I'm backwards than what I usually am. Could you throw all this away? Except for, and maybe move all the imitations, the cups and stuff. Okay, so I'm very particular about how I do my cookie dough balls. Okay, so I have a very small, how big do you think this is? I don't know how big it would be.
It's this big.
It's this big. Okay, we're just gonna set them down. We're gonna go 4 across and 4 down.
Small golf balls. Maybe ping pong balls.
And if you want them smaller, feel free to do smaller, whatever you want. Just make sure there's chocolate chips in every single dough ball.
Maybe a really big marble. Is that one too close to the edge?
Well, we're gonna move them. We're not done yet. So we're just putting them out here.
Moving them.
No. Oh,
I'm so helpful. This is why I'm always welcome in the kitchen.
I don't know what that is. I don't remember. There was something in there. Probably just
Things you don't want to hear your cook say. There's something in there. I don't know what it is.
So if you're just joining us,
Too late.
we're almost
Watch
done.
it later.
Make sure your oven is at 375. Make sure the oven rack is near the top, not all the way at the top, but near the top.
Our oven is very old. It's hard to tell what the temperature is because like the little readout display thingy is like, it's like really faded. We need a new kitchen.
I don't know if you can see can they see anything? We have blue tape all over our kitchen showing where all of our new kitchen is going to go. So we're really excited. We can't wait for our new kitchen.
We finally have counter space, which we don't really have right now.
Okay, so set that aside. Now, to make, set this aside.
Oh,
Now, this is how I used to do this when I had a cookie business. No. Now you're gonna have to wash your hands again. Very, very lightly make them look nice and neat.
somebody ate one.
Oh! He just sprayed water all over me. I was not expecting that. To be married to Phil Struska.
22 years. He hasn't given up yet.
Okay. Phil, would you like to put them in the oven?
Sure. One at a time or?
One at a time. I dare you to pick one up and put it in there. Okay, well, I guess I'll get another one. Another one. It's stuck to my microwave.
I didn't realize they were that sticky.
Okay, put them in the oven and turn the timer to 10 minutes. No, set them this way. Set them, yeah. Our oven is finicky, so I don't know, you know your oven better
Wait, how
than
many
me.
minutes?
10 minutes, I said. And make sure you push start on the timer or else we have problems. Okay, so let's go ahead. If you're all caught up, we're gonna go ahead and make it. You can get one out that looks nice.
It's seasoned. Kind of like me.
We're gonna go ahead while those are baking. Did you put the one that was on the microwave? Phil! Okay, take the one out that Phil put on the microwave.
If I've thrown one on your microwave, that's quite the arm.
Oh, I think we should introduce them to Teddy while we're sitting here waiting for the.
No, because then I have to wash my hands again. I've washed my hands like twice today. That is just obnoxious.
So do you want to hear the story of how I got this recipe?
How did you get this
Do you
recipe?
know? Do you know how I got this recipe?
No, I don't know.
Do you?
Yes, I know.
Okay, you tell the story then, if you think you know.
So
I'm interested to know if you actually know.
maybe I don't. I don't know. So when we first got married, I actually knew a little bit about cooking, not a lot.
I knew nothing at all about cooking.
No. So
My mom tried. Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry I failed you on that, but hopefully I've proven myself now.
Yeah, so I taught her like the basics of cooking that I knew. She obviously is way better than I am now. But so we were just looking for recipes for wherever, and we tried my mom's recipe, but for some reason my grandma was the only one who could get my mom's chocolate chip cookie recipe to turn out like perfect. So one day she had a bag of chocolate chips and looked on the back of the bag, and that was this recipe. It was just like the store recipe on the back
Do you
of the
know where
chocolate
I
chip
got
bag.
the chocolate chip bag from?
Grocery store?
No, I got it from my sister Melissa. I went over, we didn't have a recipe, and I'm like, Melissa, do you have a recipe for chocolate chip cookies? And she's like, oh, this is the one I use. And she handed me a bag of chocolate chip chips. And so that's how I started. And it was I think it's called Baker's chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Sounds right. And that instant pudding is really the key to making them soft and chewy every time. I'm not a crunchy cookie person. My dad always liked crunchy chocolate chip cookies. I love them soft.
So how about you guys? Do you like soft cookies, or do you like a little bit crunchy on the outside, or?
And if you say Chips Ahoy, I'm kicking you off the video. Just kidding.
He might throw you into a microwave.
I'll throw a cookie dough ball at you, and then
Do
you can
you-
see what real cookies taste like.
Do you want to roll them, or you want me to roll them?
I can try.
Okay, here's another question for you. What does everybody like in their chocolate chip cookies? Do you like nuts? Do you like oatmeal? Maybe what's your favorite kind of cookie? We'd love to hear from you and hear what you like in your cookies.
Because we'll watch ourselves later in this video, because we can't hear any of you right now. I yesterday shot a video, and I was just like, well, you guys will have to talk amongst yourselves. Did you get some on your hands when you rolled it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm standing here like this. My nose itches terribly, but I'm trying not. No.
By the way, we are pretty sanitary when we serve food to our guests.
So when I had my cookie business, I don't know if you all know this, y'all.
Y'all.
How did that come out of me? I'm not
Hey, y'all, we're on camera. We Southern now.
Okay, you need to spread them out more so because if they spread, so they won't run into each other.
I use my hands. For the sneeze, I'm using it for the cookies.
Anyway, I had a cookie business, and the favorite cookie that I would sell all the time is this recipe. It's everybody's favorite, except for Phil's dad. If you're watching, I know that's not your favorite, but everybody else.
Ta-da! Oops. Did you guys get to lick off like the beater bar, the mixer when you were kids? I love that. It was like,
Yeah.
Whenever one of the best treats as a kid was cake, cookies, any of that stuff. Getting to lick off the beater bar was always awesome. And yes, there's raw eggs in it. And no, I don't care. I turned out okay-ish.
I'm also wondering if there's any kids watching, because that would be fun. I wonder if we have any nieces and nephews watching. If we have any nieces and nephews out there, hi, from Uncle Phil and Aunt Melinda. Should we make another tray full
I don't know.
while we have time? We have 5 more minutes.
We have 5 minutes. Oh, you want to hear another story? There is, right up here, if you're a part of the Struska family or if you were at our house anytime in the past, pretty much all my grown-up years, we had the elephant cookie jar, and that's what's up. I can't do this backwards. There. Anyways, it's over my head. Here's a towel. So the elephant cookie jar was a gift from my grandma and grandpa Hayes, and it was reserved exclusively for chocolate chip cookies. And then my mom had a huge cookie jar collection, and some of us got to actually keep some of those cookie jars. And so since Melinda is the chocolate chip cookie queen, she got the famous special chocolate chip cookie jar. Although, to be honest, because we like our cookies soft and chewy, they usually end up in a Tupperware or a Ziploc baggie, just to make sure they stay that way. Oh, hey, here's a trick. If you're, I was making sure they can see what you were doing.
Just bending over, thanks.
If your cookies ever start to get crunchy, you can take the Tupperware or Ziploc baggie or whatever they're in, and just grab like a regular slice of white bread. This isn't a joke, this is for real. A regular slice of white bread. You put it in the container with the cookies overnight, and it actually softens the cookies back up again, makes them chewy again. So
Very cool. Always nice to have soft cookies.
tricks.
Hey, Teddy, come here. Oh, they can't see you. Come here. Oh, the pan is in front of. Here, Teddy, come here. Can you see our puppy?
This is Teddy the dog.
Come here, Teddy.
He's a Newfoundland poodle mix. And he does not like being picked up, like at all, ever. He's not scared and nervous and leaving the room. He's like, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? So if your beater bar looks like this, I recommend cleaning it off a little bit more before you give it to their kids. Unless you're an adult and just eat all the cookie dough you want. That's like one of the things that I love about being an adult is the freedom we have to eat cookie dough.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's see, what else is on my list?
Oh, I was gonna say another thing you can do is if you want to have cookies ready, like we host a lot of people and sometimes they'll come over at a moment's notice and Melinda likes to make them fresh baked cookies. So she came out with a way to make sure that she has dough easily available.
Sorry, I was in a different land thinking about other things. What did you say? I was thinking about what we're going to talk about next.
Pre-made cookies.
Oh, so I make them like this. I put them in the freezer, and then whenever I'm ready, I let them sit out for a little bit and then thaw, obviously, and then put them in the oven, and then it's much quicker. Then I don't have to worry about doing all the mixing and stuff while I have guests. Because they eat all my dough, basically, is the reason.
And by the way, frozen cookie dough is still, because of whatever's in it, I don't know, it's still like a little bit mushy. So you can actually eat the cookie dough balls like straight out of the freezer. I mean, they make chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, so you can do it yourself if you want to. So.
Sure.
And for those of you moms who think your kids should never eat raw eggs.
I agree. No.
Just fill in your punchline there.
It's your decision. You're the grown-up.
Good ice cream.
We're not parents. What do we have to say?
But we had parents.
Well, true.
We actually we've done foster care, but we've never had kids of our own. So kids of our own. We're now we sponsor Air Force cadets. You want to talk about somebody who can motor through some cookies like a wood chipper? That's Air Force cadets. How much time we got left?
Oh, we have like 30 seconds, but it'll probably take a little bit longer because we're in altitude. So get out your cooling rack if you want, or a trivet, or I don't care, whatever you want, and a spatula.
So how do you know by looking at them if they're cooked, overcooked, or undercooked?
Well, depending on how you like them done, I like mine slightly browned on top. Not a lot, just a little bit. And if you like it more well done, I would say just go a little bit longer. Okay, we have 5 seconds. I'm gonna look at it. You can't see this, but there's a spot from where you threw
There's a small cookie dough spot on the microwave.
Okay, we need to let it go for a little bit longer.
How can you tell?
They are not browned at all. They're a little mushy on top. You can see that they're just not done. So I just set it for 2 more minutes. Yours might be done. Who knows? I'm not there, obviously, so I can't tell you. But
Who knows? She knows. She's the pro. So, how many cookies per person?
Well, I make mine in small so you can eat more cookies. you make them too big, then they're not as fun. You can't say, I had 15 cookies. I mean, why would anybody eat 15 cookies?
Why wouldn't they? In one weekend. So, we're running out of material. Melinda actually Googled cookie jokes, but
Yeah, but they're sitting over there and he's not telling any of his jokes.
when should you take a chocolate chip cookie to the doctor?
I don't know when. Sorry.
When it feels crummy.
Ah!
Hmm.
I should have marked some that were better than others.
They're all lame. Oh, by the way, sad news, most of you probably can't get your Girl Scout cookies right now, so this is a good time for you to learn how to make your own. Also, they're way better than Girl Scout cookies. Also, go ahead and donate to the Girl Scouts even if you don't buy their cookies.
How much money are you making off of that?
Off the cookies?
Off of saying to donate to the, do you get a sponsorship?
Well,
Now brought to you by.
brought to you by Struska Real Estate. Representing the Air Force here. I don't know, are they, I guess that's.
Oh, any cadets watching? We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Are there any cadets, you think?
I don't know.
We can't
Can't
see,
we-
so.
We're too old. We need glasses to see that far. We'll watch later and find out who was watching and what they said.
Okay, tell us another joke because it needs a little bit longer. My oven is really bad. I'm so excited to get my new oven. I'm gonna get a double oven and a convection oven. I'm gonna be so excited. I mean, I already am excited, but I'm gonna be able to make 2 things of cookies. Oh, speaking of which, I was going to say, if these also work as, you can put them in a pan, like a 9x13 sheet, and make them as bars too.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure the center's done.
Do you ever do 2 trays at the same time?
I don't, because my oven doesn't keep up with it and then they fall flat. My goal for these cookies is to be real nice and, things are popping up.
Nice and fluffy and.
Nice and fluffy and soft. So, yeah, that's my goal. So that's why I only do 1 pan. When I get my new oven, I'll be able to do 2. So I'm really excited. If you can't tell, obviously.
That's the timer, folks.
Okay. I'm gonna walk really slow motion to give it a little bit more time. They're barely
So
done.
evidently it takes more than 10 minutes.
Well, for most people it won't. If they have a convection oven, it's gonna go really fast. And I don't want to say, you need to go 15 minutes because theirs would be
Rocks.
burnt.
Melinda's a little bit of a cookie perfectionist. She's literally like throwing cookies away because they didn't look like mint condition. So
Yeah, they have to be perfect.
she has very high standards for cookies.
And I don't want to say, this is how your cookie should look if it's not perfect.
She's feeling the
So-
pressure of Facebook Live and our millions and millions and 10, 14 fans. That's
Where does it say?
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm watching it live on my phone, so actually there's only 13 fans.
That's okay.
Wait, let's have an awkward pause. We were gonna play background music and then I forgot.
Oh, I forgot. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think they're done.
Of the people to ask about your cookies, I'm the wrong one.
Who is that going to bring? Okay, tell us one more joke.
Yeah, I got nothing. So KitchenAid mixers. My mom, of course, did tons of cooking because I'm one of 11 kids growing up. And so she got KitchenAid mixers because they just lasted for so very, very, very long. And so when we got married, as each one of us, my siblings and I got married, our parents would buy us a KitchenAid mixer. So we've had this mixer for 22 years now.
I replaced 1 paddle. That's it.
And 1 worm drive.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was making fondant in it. If you know anything about fondant, it's a frosting that's like the consistency of Play-Doh. And it's really, really, really hard, really stiff. And I wore out 1 gear, but I just pulled the gear out, went to a store in town.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I actually just tightened up the screws on it today, and here we are 22 years later, still going good. So KitchenAid, definitely worth it. Now? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
The perfect chocolate chip cookie. Notice how, you want to get a
Go
close
show it
up?
to the camera.
I don't know if I can. Should I walk around or should I?
You should walk around.
Okay.
Should be coming around the island when she comes.
Okay, here we go. So notice how thick they are and how fluffy they are. And I'm gonna cover up, oh, wrong way. Cover up Phil because he's making funny faces. So you can see how brown they are. They're just barely brown, but make sure they're all the way done. They should crack just a little bit.
Bellissimo.
So.
That's Italian for good cookies.
I don't think so. I don't know what it means, but not that.
Do you take them off?
I would let them sit for just a little bit and then take them off. So while I'm letting them cool down just a little bit, go ahead and put your other one in the oven, which I just turned off. So do you want to make any more? Or do you want to? Because that's more than what we should eat because of our bellies.
That's true.
So
Maybe
we'll probably freeze these.
We'll freeze these. Right now, the cadets can't come over. They're restricted to base or have left town, one or the other. And so if we make more than 4 times 4 is
92.
15, 12. If we make more than 15, 12 cookies, we will eat them. And then we won't be.
Oh, there you go. Now you can see how brown they are on the bottom. Just a little bit brown.
I'm working on my beef pod, so.
Your dad bod, is that what you said?
No, I got that already.
Okay, I think that's all I have to say. We'll try to go back and answer questions as we, after this. So if you ask a question, we'll get back to you. Anything else from you, Phil?
Wash your hands! Even if you went to the bathroom and didn't get anything on them, you still wash your hands.
Yes.
At least that's what they say now.
Can you go turn it off for me?
No.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.